What up? What up?
How we doing, sir? How are things?
Fair to Midland, I guess.
Sounds good.
It was a long, stressful weekend.
What's up, Crypto King? Shout out.
On, Daniel?
Well, so I have been stressing like crazy. Yesterday, the whole reason that I'm out here, the deal that I'm working, basically almost fell all the way apart, and I was in shambles. And then I recovered it, and I decided, luckily my family, my wife, my kids, they don't watch this show, right? Because it's about crypto. Why would they watch it? But what I will say is I've decided that I'm going to go home tonight. And tonight I'm going to go home, fly to where my family and kids are, and surprise them early. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I literally bought the ticket today, and it's for 4 a.m. So basically 2 a.m. I'm going to be getting to the airport, and I will arrive at 9 a.m. their time.
So is everything set up and good to go with what you got going on there, though?
Yes. Things are fine now, and so now I can leave. So now I'm going to get the hell out of here.
So are you leaving, or are you just going back?
I'm going to go back home for the holidays. And so at least till the end of December, probably. Because at this point, the team that I have here, they're working through everything. And I'm just the middleman. I'm just making sure they have what they need and they feel held. Right. And
right.
So things are good.
Okay. Cool.
But I'm going to go. Cool. I told my wife, she's been hounding me. When are you coming? When are you coming? I'm going to be there Friday, babe. I'm going to be there Friday. How are you going to get here when you get here? Do I have to go pick you up? Don't worry about it, babe. I'm going to be there. Are you going to have to take a bus? Don't worry about it, babe. I'll be there. Joke's on her. I'm taking a plane, and I'm arriving tomorrow early.
We can have. You better hope Sancho's not at the house.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I told her I was going to surprise her at the house, make sure there's nobody else there, because if they are, I'm killing her. I'm killing them both. No, shout out to Fozzie. What's up, Fozzie? But yeah, it's been funny. Look, hey, yo. Yeah, you heard that. Miguel, if you're in my house, you're dead. Nah, I'm just kidding. I hope it's not Spirit Airlines. It's not. It's Avianca. Just as bad. Maybe worse. You know? But yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm excited. And my parents and my brother, for the first time, will be arriving in Honduras on Sunday night or Monday morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
And so that's huge. They were scared.
So are you guys going to do like a Thanksgiving thing?
Yeah, dude.
In Honduras, they celebrate Thanksgiving, or just you guys?
My kids go to private school. They celebrate, and it's a bilingual private school where they celebrate more American holidays than we do in America. It's crazy.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
Hispanic holidays, dude. It's ridiculous. My kid will be like, yeah, we're home because, it's Martin Luther King's birthday. And I'm like, we're in Honduras. They're like, yeah. It's Veterans Day. Yeah, in the United States. You know what I mean? Because they have a different one that is the same kind of theme, but it's like a different day.
Right.
And so it's like, honestly, like that's one of my biggest gripes. And I always say this to my wife and stuff. I'm like, geez, yeah, Third Patriot is 100% right. When did the Pilgrims arrive in Honduras? That's what I keep asking myself,
I don't think it was the Pilgrims. I think it was the French when they invaded all the way into Mexico.
Yeah. Raped, killed, and pillaged everything that they found.
Yeah.
But so I tell my wife, and I complain all the time, I'm like, these kids have more holidays than there are days in the school year. That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't charge half price. They don't charge half price. There's no discounts for that.
Did your parents finally give up on MSNBC?
Do you know what's funny? What really cracked me up? Called Dad today. I was like, so Dad, you see that statement that Trump put out about like telling them to stop the war in Ukraine? And then he was like, I haven't been watching the news lately. He was like, I'm just sick of it. I was like, you don't say. You weren't sick of it for like the previous 4 years. You know what I mean? And now you're sick of it. That's crazy.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I get, like after we get off here, I usually go watch Tim Pool, my geopolitics and stuff like that. And MSNBC in the key demo is only getting like 28,000 views.
That's wild.
That's a prime time. The legacy media, if you guys ever want to see something, look at the numbers for legacy media. And that includes Fox, CNN, MSNBC. Their numbers are pathetic. The actual numbers don't even hit the same numbers that some YouTubers hit. And the YouTubers are mainly in the key demo, which is 24 to 34 or something like that. 18 to 24, 25 to 39 is like that area. Everybody's like your dad's age that watches MSNBC, bro.
Well, so that's the same thing. Like, I made a tweet the other day that actually got way more attention than I thought it would. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, Facebook is the new MySpace, right? That was the tweet. Right. And people loved that. But I feel like that's the same deal. There are still people that use AOL. And so, that's MSNBC, Fox people at this point, like those are the same demographic.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. And the market is breaking down, folks.
Yeah.
And I knew this was going to happen. If Bitcoin dumps, the market will dump. ADA is the only thing moving against the market right now.
Yeah,
and I put out a trade in the trading group, and it's paying off right now. Huh?
I'm really relieved that you didn't ask
about your whiff trade.
Yeah, I'm really relieved you didn't ask if I got out of the trade when I was only losing $1.
Well, I figured it was, not to be said, but you probably didn't, did you?
I saw it at $1. I was like, man, I really should take it out. But now that it's at $1, like negative $1, I was like, probably going to go the other direction. Don't
feel bad. I got a Floki trade that's probably going to get liquidated. So,
yeah. Well, I would say it wouldn't have hurt as bad if it wasn't cross. But luckily, I only started with $40. So you know what I mean? Those aren't.
So it might take your whole. It's going to take your whole bag, though.
Yeah. Just means that when I get paid, I'm putting $140 in there. And I'm not. I'm paying a lot more attention to rather it is cross or isolated. And for everybody
Yes.
out there, a lot of the exchanges will make the default cross, because then if your trade goes south and you liquidate, it liquidates your entire holdings at one time. The cross is your collateral.
Most exchanges is cross leverage 20x. That's the default.
Yes.
And I put out a video in the trading group on how to set up trading view and set up your indicators on exchanges. And I went over cross and isolated because I seen somebody post some gains and I noticed it said cross on it. So I was like, no, don't use that. And in the video, I was telling them how I lost 2 ETH and this is back when ETH was like, like $3,000-$4,000, like in the last bull run. I was like, oh, I'll start trading. I had no clue about cross or isolated or anything. And I had a trade going. I think I went to sleep or I don't know, whatever. I got distracted and it liquidated my whole bag of ETH. And I was doing the inverse. So it only liquidated my Ethereum. But yeah, it was like 2 ETH. It was like $6,000, bro. It's like, oh, and I didn't have it like that. You know what I mean?
Well, in this particular case, I had a whole bunch of winning trades. They were great. And then I switched from what I was trading into WIF. And then so it kind of like reset. So like since I had already adjusted on the other one, I was like, it must be the same on this one. And I put a buy order on WIF that was crossed with 20x leverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was because I didn't check it. And then I changed it, closed out of all my trades, and I thought, oh, they're all closed. Then I go to sleep like a baby. Ping! My trade got picked up. I didn't know it was still there. And it was the cross one. It wasn't the isolated ones that I closed out of. So, yeah. We live and we learn.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into Market Watch. Yeah, Third Patriot. You're welcome.
Yeah, learn from our pain. Learn from our pain. Learn from our pain. You're welcome.
Yeah. I've lost a lot of money making stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
Avoidable mistakes.
Well, first of all, let's reset the room. So everybody out there, we got a handful of y'all. Repost, share, like, subscribe. Make sure you're following at Jpg Empire, at the John Carter, at Desert_Crypto, at Chinbot Bridge. And thank you guys for the support. We appreciate that you're here. Make sure you have the notification bell on if you're on YouTube. And man, we've got some bangers coming out here soon. So I'm excited for you guys. If you all have been paying attention, some of these interviews have been pretty incredible. I'm hoping to get Chucky Ho-Ho on. So we'll see. We'll see eventually. But till then, I will be bothering John Allen Woods for quite some time until we get him on. But let's get straight into Market Watch. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's do it. So I haven't been here in a few days. Let's see what's going on. And yes, John did do a horrible job last night on Market Update. I watched it. I seen him. So
I even said Jessica is rolling around in his chair right now, not as great.
And the other RWA project is Ondo.
So see, I couldn't remember. I was like, damn.
So
and I asked Daniel, and Daniel couldn't help me out. It was sad.
I kind of like GFI2 Goldfinch, but yeah, Ohm and Ondo are the two big ones. And Ohm is now our biggest bag in the DCA portfolio because it's pumped so hard. It's crazy. All right, so we're down 1.4% today, still coming in at 3.2 trillion. Volume not very high, but coming in at 225 billion. Bitcoin dominance ticked up to 56.7. I believe it's at 60% on TradingView. We'll go ahead and look at that. ETH is at 11.6, and 10 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. All right. Bitcoin coming in still at 91,747, up 0.6. Ethereum at 3094, down 2%. Solana at 234, down 2.4%. BNB at 612, down 1.1%. XRP at 110, down 2.1%. What happened? Dogecoin at 3852, up 3.1%. And we got Cardano at 7709, up 4.5%. I'm targeting 99 cents. That's what the flag says. We will look at that in a minute. All right, let's go. Biggest loser or biggest gainers on the day is Goatius Maximus up 11.2. Leo token up 9.3. Bonk up 7.6. Whitebit up 7.2. Chronos up 5.8. Cardano up 4.5. Monero up 4.1. Doge up 3.1. So not too much. Mantra is up a little bit, up 1.4. Let's look at the biggest loser. What's going on, Jaleesa? Tezos. Ain't heard that name in quite a while. Down 10.5. H-bar having a nice little retracement, down 9.5. Injective down 8.8. We got Gala down 8.6. Caspa breaking my heart, down 8.3%. Athena down 8.0. And we got a lot of losers today, which is why Bitcoin dominance has decided to bump up a little bit. Let's go into the charts real quick. First of all, let's go down here. So Bitcoin dominance did bump up a tick. Let's get off the 1 minute. Let's go to the 4 hour. It is back up to 60%. So hopefully this is just like a little nub right here. We got the VWAP coming back down though. So money flow is kind of rounding, flattening off. Maybe we'll get a clip and we'll see Bitcoin dominance come back down a little bit. But according to Benjamin Cohen, we will start to see Bitcoin dominance slide within the next month or so. So there you go, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin, though, with the new all-time high today, coming in at about 94 billion. Let's see. Coming in at 94,105 on Coinbase. So new all-time high for Bitcoin. On the daily, as you can see, we're still trending up. We're starting to get some smaller candles as the momentum is going down. So we still kind of got that bearish div is playing out, but the price is not dropping because it's so hot. And this is something I pointed out before. When you're in a bull market, you can stay in this overheated zone on the RSI for a long time. And we've been overheated since like the 6th. So almost 2 weeks. Well, exactly 2 weeks. So we've been overheated for 2 weeks. Fear and greed was at 90 today. It changed since we've been on. Let's see what it's at. Oops. $83. So it did drop. So that's good. We want that. We want this fear and greed to slowly tick backwards like this, and the price to kind of ride and go sideways. Because the only other option is for the price to go foomp, for the price to drop dramatically, and then this will spin dramatically over into the fear. But we are overheated, as you can see. Last month 72, last week 84, yesterday 90, and I believe it was. So it went. I think it went like 90, 83, 90, and then now we're back at 83. It's been like the past 4 days over the weekend. So we want to see that come back down, but we want to see it like just go sideways. You know, we've been in this range right here between 87,000 and 94,000 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So if it stays in this range and we just kind of bounce back like this, that's the best case scenario for altcoins. Because when Bitcoin is accumulating, then altcoins can run. Because if Bitcoin's dumps, the altcoins are dumping. That's all there is to it. And they're going to dump hard and fast, at multiples of what Bitcoin's dumping. So let's go down to the smaller time for, let's switch this. I still have Bitcoin in this pennant. This is on the hourly. And it's got a target of $108,000. Okay. So let's stretch this out a little bit. And you can see today we broke right out of it. Boom, hit that all-time high. And we haven't fell back inside, if you notice. We haven't fell back inside the pattern. We're in a retest phase. Okay. So if we can bounce around on top of this pattern, this is still holding true that we're going to turn and bump and go up. Okay. Momentum is getting nice and low. Money flow is creeping up a little bit. VWAP's a little flat. So if we can see some kind of, let's see here, 30 minutes still real low. Money flow's dumping. Let's see, 15-minute. Looks like the 15-minute might be getting ready to clip. That'd be nice to see like a double bottom here. Boom, boom. And then get that to come back to the upside. RSI is real low. So it could reverse. You know what I mean? It's holding strong. We're at 92. Right where we were a couple days ago. Right where we were right here on the 19th on Tuesday, on yesterday, or well, this morning. And all these touches right here. It's where we were on Monday. So, Bitcoin's still looking good. Until we start losing the 200s on the bigger time frame, you can see we wick down to support, wick down, wick down. We broke through, but broke right above. Until we lose this, like this is on the 15-minute. So let's go to the hour. Until we lose the 200 on like the hour, we're still good. We're still in bullish territory. Going sideways would also allow us for this 21. Remember, it's like a magnet. So we could see this 21, boom, 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 boom. See Bitcoin, boom, in this range. Bam, December 1st, after the holidays, it takes off. Or it might just take off tomorrow. Who freaking knows, But so that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Let's look at ADA real quick because it is bucking the trend. Similar thing. We have a lot of flags. We have a lot of tokens that are in these 1 hour flags. Okay. Just like we had a lot before that were in the 4 hour. I put this out to the trading group earlier and I took this trade right here. I actually got out of it and got back in. So let's see, I got back in right there. And I moved my stop loss to right there. So I got back in the trade. What I did was I took profits real quick, got out of the trade. Looks like I'm frozen. I took profits real quick, got out of the trade. It came down a little bit more and then I re-entered and I put my stop loss above where I would lose less than the profits I took. Instead of moving my stop loss into profit to make sure, I just took profits and then re-entered the trade. But I do see this playing out, provided this all hinges on Bitcoin. But if you notice, it's kind of a similar pattern to what Bitcoin did. It's breaking out. And are we going to see it come up a little bit and then retest and go? Because there's ADA. There's Bitcoin. See how similar that pattern is? ADA. Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So it does kind of like mimic Bitcoin, but that's what I'm seeing for ADA. SWI has been in this range pretty much since the 15th. So since last Friday, SWI has just been boom, 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 boom. And so the money's made on the move. What we want to see it break all-time high or break this upward trend and get into price discovery mode and take off like it did a couple times before. You know, back here, it just kind of took off. If you look, we were ranging. Where is, there we go. If you look right here, we were ranging right there. Range. It broke out the top, and what did it do? Boom, it spiked, right? That was when we made that new all-time high, was right there. New all-time high, broke through the old all-time high, and then just kept going, price discovery mode. And then now it's set up nice in the same similar kind of channel right here. So, but if we break down, now the problem is if we break down, we have a valley right here at 351. The thing is, I'm not sure that would stop it. If we broke down and we broke through the 100, I'm thinking this next target, probably this high volume node right here, about 321. We're coming all the way down to 321. And if we look at the daily, the 200 is actually down at 286. So that wouldn't even get us to the 200, or I mean to the 21 on the daily. But so I would be watching that. Have your alarm set. I know I say it over and over in the trading group, but I cannot say it enough. Draw your patterns, draw your SR levels, and set alarms. Because if you don't have an alarm, you're doing something, you're not going to get the trade, you know? Let's go down here. XRP is in the same flag as Cardano. We're on the 1 hour. It has a move to 163. It's kind of ranging at the bottom of the flag, but eventually it's going to get to the end here. The last couple times these flags is just kind of blown through the end, but we get above this high volume node, and there's really nothing above that for like a long time. So we have to go, let's see, 4 hour. That won't even bring it up. Daily. So where are we at? We're right here. And we get above that high volume node. You can see there's not much volume here. It just kind of goes up. We hit last cycle's all-time high of $1.32. And that move would almost take us to the previous all-time high. That can't be right. That's not right. Oh, this is May of 2021. Okay. It's not even going back far enough. They didn't have it this far in MEXC. I was going to say all-time high is like 384. But that's going to get us close to the all-time high. If you look, that's crazy. 163. That's all this liquidity right here at the top of this previous one right here, the May 2021. So I do like what I see for XRP. The narrative is there. The strength in the market is there. And I do think it's going to take off. Nothing really else, unless there's something you want to see, John.
Check out WIF.
You want to check out WIF?
Yeah.
So meme coins are just getting battered.
Did it fall
I
out
put
of the
this
bottom?
out earlier. I put this out earlier for John.
Did it fall out of the bottom though?
And it's in this descending triangle, which notoriously break down. And then I told him his saving grace was like a couple of moving averages that were tight. But it has broken down. The thing is,
you know what I'm thinking.
is this, the question is, Are we bear flagging it right here? Is that the next move? Or is this money flow? Is the momentum and the money flow going to switch and start to go back up? That's the question. At this point in time right now, we're under the 200 on the 1 hour. I think we're going to go down. I think meme coins are going to drop. Looking at Floki, same thing.
But look, if we go down, then you have a better entry.
Well, yeah, if you're not in a leverage trade.
Yeah.
If you go down, you definitely have a better entry.
Yeah. So, I'm going to have to get back into whiff. I'm going to have to get into whiff, but I think this time it's going to have to be like 65x leverage.
There you go. That's exactly what to do.
That's how I'll make it back.
Make sure you use cross margin 65x.
Yeah.
And Floki, as long as we stay above 2.4, I shouldn't get liquidated. But if we drop below 2.4, we're probably going to hit like 2.35 or 2.2587. But
no,
when I run a position with no stop loss like that, it's usually an amount that I'm willing to chalk up because the move the opposite way is so good. But it's the same thing. Look, we're in a descending triangle. Descending triangles notoriously break down, but they can break up. So, and we haven't really lost it completely yet, the trend line down here. But these are the two possibilities. That's why I say, look, got the alarm right here. Set an alarm on the top. I mean, I'm just doing this for informational purposes because I'm already in the trade. But you would set one on top, one on bottom. And then when it broke your arm, you would check for confluence and trade it, plain and simple.
You're over there like, I'm just doing research to see how my trade's going to turn out live on.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm just making sure, trying to reason myself that it's not going to. Yeah.
So Ohm is kind of interesting. It doesn't want to get back above its all-time high. But I would say that this is a good accumulation zone. If you think you missed Ohm, this is a good accumulation zone. Let's get rid of this. This was from a trade earlier. Yes. So, I mean, we could be double bottoming here, but you never know. We could go up and then form another head. But if we break this, we're in price discovery mode. We break this. There's not a lot. Actually, there is quite a bit of liquidity. I guess you would have one at 337, 294. So if we lose this, we could drop, hit about 337 and then like 298 right there. Then of course we have the big one down here at about 219. So I do like Ohm. It's fully diluted, so there is not going to be any cliff unlocks like Ondo's going to have. But I like what I'm seeing from Ondo right now because I need that price to pump. So come December, I can dump my bags.
Yep. Yes, sir. We covered that unlock, and it's going to be massive. It's not a little one. It's a big dookie.
It's going to more than double the supply.
Yes.
So John's going to go into headlines real quick. I'm going to exit the studio and come back in to see if it'll stop this glitching problem. Mm-hmm. So I shall be right back, sir.
Sounds good. The first one, just so you know, that I'm going to go over is the Michael Saylor's pitching to Microsoft board on buying Bitcoin.
Nice. They just bought 4.2 billion.
Really?
And they bought like
Microsoft?
Yeah, micro. That's why I put that in the title. MicroStrategy
Microsoft.
bought 2.2
No.
billion.
Yeah. I'm saying the computers.
What?
Bill Gates. Microsoft.
You said Michael Saylor.
Yeah. He's pitching to Microsoft to buy Bitcoin.
And what I said was Michael Saylor, MicroStrategies bought 2.2 billion last week and bought another 4.2 billion this week, and they're getting ready to sell another 2 billion in convertible notes to buy more next week.
They're genius.
So that's his 21.
He's going to buy the top forever, he said.
Yeah, he'll hodl it forever. All right, I'll be back.
All right. So we're going to get this here shared, you guys. So I really like this article. And I like this article because just a few weeks ago, maybe a little bit over that, there was a discussion where the Microsoft board was trying to dissuade people from public opinion was that Microsoft should buy Bitcoin. A lot of the people in the company were saying that it's too risky, that they didn't want it to happen. And so what this is, I feel like, is a response. Michael Saylor took it upon himself to go to the Microsoft board and pitch them on buying Bitcoin and the Bitcoin strategy. Says he'll get 3 minutes to pitch Microsoft on why it should buy Bitcoin, claiming it would make it more stable and less risky of a stock. So Bitcoin bull MicroStrategy chairman Michael Saylor says he has agreed to give a 3-minute presentation to Microsoft board of directors about investing in Bitcoin. The activists that put the proposal together contacted me to present to the board, and I agreed to provide a 3-minute presentation. That's all you're allowed. And I'm going to present it to the board of directors, said Saylor on November 19th, X Space. So that's today by Vanek, hosted by Vanek. Saylor said he earlier proposed to meet with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella in confidence to discuss the topic, but that offer was not accepted. So you'll see me putting together the 3-minute proposal for Microsoft, and we'll send it to the board. So I thought that this was cool just because we already had an article about them being hesitant to add Bitcoin. Let's see. He argued that 98.5% of Microsoft's enterprise value, total company value, is leveraged to its quarterly earnings, while 1.5% of the value of the stock comes from its tangible assets. It would be a lot more stable stock and much less risky stock if half of the enterprise value of the stock was based on tangible assets or property like Bitcoin. So I think there's a great argument to be made. I think shareholders should make it. And like something for people to take into account. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me exactly on the number, but MicroStrategy outperformed the market and Bitcoin by like several 100% as far as how it has performed. I'm pretty sure it was like 400, I believe it was, give or take. But I mean, it was hundreds of percent that it outperformed the market. So he's not somebody that's coming here to speak from anywhere except for experience, right? He has experience in this, and this is what he's trying to communicate to these people. I think it's exciting. I think it's bullish. I think this cycle, we've already seen massive institutions buying Bitcoin. We know they are, and that's exciting. I think we're getting to the place. Oh my God. It's coming for me. We're getting to the place where a lot of these companies are going to buy Bitcoin and hold it because it does give them that stability. This is an insurance. This is a hedge. This is a way to hedge the risks of regularly manipulated and volatile markets, in a sense. I'm not saying that Bitcoin is not volatile, but as Michael Saylor says, nobody has lost money on Bitcoin if they've held it over 4 years.
Right.
And so I think that is a good idea. So
He
this is
was
what we
just
have.
on. So he was just on the PBD podcast. I watched a clip from it, and he went over his strategy and why MicroStrategy is such a hot stock, and everybody where he has. So a lot of these businesses, in their charter, they can't buy commodities, so they can't buy Bitcoin specific. You know what I mean? They could buy the ETF. Well, no, I don't even know if they could buy the ETF because it's still a commodity. They have to buy businesses. They have to, so they can invest in MicroStrategy and have that, closeness to Bitcoin. And that's what he says is the reason for MicroStrategy's strong growth and everything like that.
Gotcha. So they can't directly invest in it, so they invest in his company, and then that's their exposure to it. I mean, I think that that's a good.
Right.
He has his market already picked out, and so I think that that's great. But then, so this one is Rumble shares rise 9% as the founder mulls scooping up Bitcoin. So, I mean, this is another one. This is a massive institution. These tech companies are getting into crypto. We know this. We've been hearing about this. The thing that everybody that is here now that wasn't here through the whole bear market needs to understand is a lot of these news articles and this kind of speculation, these kind of announcements already came out during the bear market, but nobody cared. So a lot of these companies that we heard about in the bear market, considering this, considering that regarding crypto, Web3, and Bitcoin, these articles are coming out again. And now it's bullish. So think about it. If you've been here through the bear market and you've heard some of these partnership announcements, things that were huge for a project that you love, that you care about, invest in that project. Because when that article comes out, there's going to be a pump. We're in the positive part of the market. So people that haven't been paying attention will become aware and they will invest in those things. But if you've been here the whole time, that's where the opportunity is. So not going to go through this whole article.
I was going to say,
this is funny.
Saylor tweeted about it. He said, should Rumble buy Bitcoin?
And I said, yes, I would be happy to discuss and why and how with you. And then here's DMing you now. Chris Pavlovsky.
That's the CEO of Rumble, Chris Pavlovsky.
Yep. And I think that's cool. Yeah, and Bitcoin is up, Market cap 1.8 trillion. Let's go.
Ooh.
That almost 58 billion daily volume. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting here to the bear market, to the bull market, guys. We're at the end of it. There's still going to be pullbacks, so make sure that you have a plan for what you're doing. Be prepared and ready. But, crazy.
You don't sell the red days.
Yes.
Don't let the whales take your Bitcoin or take your Cardano or take your SWI. Hold it.
Yes.
You have a trading bag. You have a trading bag. You have a hodl bag. You do not touch the hodl bag. You only add to it from your trading bag.
100%. So this one we have here. Can a strategic Bitcoin reserve move forward without Congress? Experts disagree. This is kind of bearish. The U.S. government already holds more than 208,000 Bitcoin. That is a lot. But retaining it is more complicated than one might assume. Then candidate Donald Trump promised to stop selling seized Bitcoin back in July. Experts tell CoinDesk that the incoming president might need help from Congress to establish a proper strategic reserve. Well,
so that's kind of a misleading title. It says the U.S. government holds 208 Bitcoin, but it's governmental agencies. It's not like the Treasury holds 208,000. Like the FBI has some. I think the IRS has some. The DEA has some. It's multiple agencies that hold this Bitcoin. So it's not in a reserve is probably what this person is getting at, that it would need like some kind of, I don't know,
Congress
maybe Cynthia Lummis,
Yep.
writing up a strategic reserve proposal.
Yep, 100%, something like that. And they say, while Republicans will soon have majorities in Congress, spinning up a Bitcoin reserve won't be high on their list of priorities. And this is kind of something that has been echoed by a few different other articles about how, like, though we got a crypto Bitcoin positive administration, and now we have crypto positive direction and people in place, they're trying to get a lot of stuff done, right? And getting your magic internet money into the government in a way that is structured and well thought out is not the first thing that is on their mind.
Trump is on a retribution kick right now. So, but the good thing is it only takes a couple of congressmen or a couple of senators like Cynthia Lummis, to get together and write the bill and get it pushed through. You know what I mean? While the rest of your congressmen and senators are fighting the good fight, then you can have other people trying to push that through. You know what I mean?
100%.
So,
100%.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes. Well, yes, that's what we're hoping
delusions, for. You know what I mean?
And Third Patriot, you're right. I know they're contagious. And it just, I don't know. It's at this point of night. I didn't sleep that much last night. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm too excited. Finally gonna go see my kids and family. It's gonna be great.
You're talking about it.
Yeah.
You're making me odd.
Yep. Telling you. So then back shares surge 162% after a report suggests Trump media is buying it. Shares in crypto exchange back jumped November 18th after a report that Donald Trump's company is in advanced stages of a deal to buy the struggling business. I mean,
I believe that's DJT, right? DJT, the company. I think it's part of True Social or something like that. That's the company. Whatever SPAC he launched, I can't remember it was, but that's the company that's thinking that he's trying to get to buy it.
Yep. Has supported his family's crypto venture. They're talking about NFTs that he launched and stuff. Yeah. Trump's vehicle for strategic reserve.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe for his company, yeah. But it can't be used on a government level. What they're implying, strategic Bitcoin reserve. But you think Backed will join in with Elon on X? No, I don't think there's any crossover there.
No, Elon bought eToro or whatever it was, right? Or they had a partnership with Turo.
No. Didn't we debunk that?
I
thought we went over that. Like remember we were talking about that a couple months ago about there was a thing saying Twitter might buy eToro.
Oh, and then
something happened. It was back when eToro stuck its head in the sand and exposed his butt for the government.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'll see if something comes up. I can't remember.
I don't think there's
partners with Twigger.
I don't think there's much crossover between Backed and Elon, because Backed being an exchange. And I don't even know how. I mean, the freaking liberals would lose their mind if, Trump's new BFF Elon implements Backed into the right-wing Twitter because Trump buys it. You know what I mean?
This says eToro partners with Twitter cash tags to further financial education. So that's it.
Okay. When was that?
Nothing else. That was April 13th, 2023.
Right. And then I think
that's not that. Yeah, that's not that exciting. That's just like data. So then this one is kind of, oh geez, I didn't even share the tab. This one is kind of exciting. So, Magic Eden traders set to receive 312 million worth of Magic Eden tokens in airdrop.
Nice. I
Pre-market
just did some
prices.
trades on Magic Eden. I sold
Really?
my apes.
Did you?
Yeah. I
What
sold
did
my
you get
apes.
for 'em?
The one I got, well, the one I got listed for 0.17, I got them on floor. I'm just done with
Okay.
them. So the
Okay.
one I got 0.155 ETH for, that was the floor at the time. And I dumped it into Arrow because Arrow is going to go up. Even the hit I took on selling the ape at a loss will be engulfed and outplayed or I will make more on the Arrow trade. You know what I mean? Even if Arrow only 5Xs, that's
Yeah.
more than, that's well more than what I paid for my ape, and apes ain't meh. And then I got my other one listed at 0.172. And when that one comes through, guess what I'm buying?
Arrow.
Brett.
There we go. Shout out to Brett. So I was gonna say,
Because
I
it's in
think
my
this is
base
awesome.
wallet and I didn't want to move it.
I wonder, do you know what? Like, the only thing I've done on Magic Eden is buy my omens. You know? I hope
I
that
did
that's
a lot,
enough to
I did
get
a
some
lot of
money.
soul trading last cycle. I probably
Soul
have
trading?
a lot of soul NFTs.
Really?
Yeah. I bought a bunch of rugs.
Yeah. I was gonna say I never did. I never really played around in Soul like that.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things over there that I like, but for me, for the most part, it was like the clear winners in Soul were just like ridiculous, like prices of cars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like all of
Yeah.
the new stuff, it was just like, But we'll see. This time might be different.
Yeah, I got into one called like Space Clucks and some bull something, and I don't know. I'd have to look at my Phantom wallet to see if I even still hold them or whatever. I probably
Dang.
do.
So putting the potential value of the airdrop for Magic Eden traders above 300 million. I kind of feel like I need to wash trade some freaking runes on there.
Right?
You know, like
Well, what's it going to be dropped in though? What? So are they going to drop it?
They'll
in
probably have a
Soul
claim.
or
They'll
what?
probably have a claim. It doesn't say what. Well, let's see. Maybe it says Solana based token.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people might not know this, but when Magic Eden first came out, it was strictly Solana. It was Solana's JPEG store, or Solana's OpenSea. That's what Magic Eden was. And then it started to evolve to, Ethereum base, now ordinals, stuff like that.
It is really a great tactic that they went with in regards to adding a bunch of chains that they're not necessarily like interoperable with from the start. And then like as that interoperability gets built in 100% later, then I mean that's just like really bullish for the platform. I am happy with Magic Eden. I think the experience has been great and definitely a lot better than OpenSea. Has anybody ever talked about OpenSea or used OpenSea since Magic Eden? You know what I mean?
I bought some Bad Ted's Yacht Club like a year and a half ago. And it's just another one of them projects. They keep putting out more derivatives and keep coming up with all this stuff. And the community's so hyped, but the floor of every NFT is in the tank. So they just keep sucking liquidity out of their community. And that was one of the previous counselors of JPEG Junkies that got me into that. Council members. Yeah.
Fantastic.
See, look, some of the art was, I mean, that's one of my soul NFTs from last cycle. It's badass art, but it's fucking worthless, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't spend freaking $200 for, a picture of a chicken in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
So,
pretty cocky cock if he thinks he's going to space in that spacesuit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But love this about Magic Eden. Gonna have to figure out what the metrics are. We're gonna have to figure out what it takes to get this airdropped, so that way we can let's see. Nothing. So that way we can farm. Yeah. It said, you know what people want to know? Enough of the self-incensing and announcements of announcements, said D Farmer. So we know what he's talking about. He said, let's get it going.
Right.
But yeah, we need to figure out what it's going to take to get this airdrop and do a video on it because, yeah. And this was actually my next article, but I thought it was in another tab. So it says, you think you had a bad day. Brazilian YouTube star's Bitcoin nightmare led to hospitalization. And I read this, and I was like, that's crazy. And then I read this. One of the world's most popular pianists on YouTube has apparently been hospitalized after losing access to a Bitcoin stash worth over $2 million, or roughly over $366,000. The story has been big news in Brazil, where the classical pianist, a brilliant Brazilian known as Lord Fabrico Andre Bernard de Paolo, has over 7 million YouTube subscribers. I lost the password to my Bitcoin wallet. I think the housekeeper threw it away, along with some old sheet music I donated to a secondhand bookstore, he tweeted last week. Does anyone know how to recover passwords from the Ledger Nano X?
Well, actually,
yes.
If he opted in for that service, he can get it back. But if he had friggin' $366,000 worth of Bitcoin, so we're going to say that's 9 Bitcoin, or I mean, that's 4 Bitcoin. 4 times 9 is 360, right? So if he had 4 Bitcoin, at any point in time when he bought that Bitcoin, unless it was like $1,000 a piece, how does he not have his seed phrase in a freaking safe?
In a million places. I would have it in a million places, and I would have it in a million places because the majority of people are not smart enough to put it together. And then you can do other things the way that like Vitalik had half here, right?
Yeah, he had it in like different countries.
Yes. And so what I'm saying is like, sheesh. But I agree with this article in the sense that if I lost $366,000, I would probably not even make it to the hospital. But being hospitalized is kind of bullish. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if I could. No,
I'll take a look at that here in a second, Anish.
All right. Those are the articles I got. Those were the things that caught my eye, caught my attention. Besides that, I will say that it seems that the Charles Hoskinson has had many very good calls today. Have you seen that?
Well, I'm kind of disappointed in Charles.
You're saying
I was watching his AMA over the weekend. And I spammed that chat to ask, how does Bitcoin OS add liquidity to Cardano? How? And he didn't read anything to do with that. And then I noticed that I wasn't the only person spamming like good questions. You know what I mean? Like freaking other people asking the same thing, as a matter of fact, and other people asking certain things about Cardano, and he wouldn't read them. Because I would notice he would like pick the question right below mine, and it would be like, oh, how do you feel on the Sith Lord from whatever, Star Wars or whatever, and he would answer that. So he was like answering like these benign questions and stuff like that. People asking him, how do I get involved and stuff like that. He's not answering none of it. He's just answering like BS questions. So I'm just saying, got a little bone to pick.
You want him to get some hard balls. All right. Yeah. So you're gonna look at Near real quick, Brownish.
Yeah, we'll look at Near real quick, and then we will call it a stream.
I was gonna say I actually found one more article that I did want to talk about
Okay.
real quick. Really quick.
Oh, you know what? I do have a no. That's just some internet BS. And I don't think he has anything to do with, honestly, I don't think he has anything to do with Trump's cabinet or anything involving crypto, personally. I think the NDA he signed with SpaceX, or he said, I got something coming. I had to sign an NDA, and then he took a picture in front of SpaceX. Charles is real good at
marketing.
Yeah, well, like himself, like hinting at things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't think he has anything to do with it. I don't think he's going on Rogan. I mean, he could, but I don't
In
think
his defense, in the thing that was taken out of context, what he said was that he had many interesting things to do before he would go on Rogan.
right.
And that was the context. He was like, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, because by the time in my life that I get to Rogan, it's got to be the Joe Rogan experience. It has to be really cool. We have to be talking about all these things, right? And so that was...
Except for the fact if Joe called him tomorrow, he would hop on his horse and jump right over there and go on his show.
Or Buffalo,
You know what I mean?
but yeah.
There's plenty of things that I would do before I even thought about going on the #1 podcast. And those are like waiting for them to call me. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Okay. I don't know. I just
You're getting us canceled. You're going to ruin my interview with Charles for me before I even get there.
I definitely couldn't debate him. You know what I mean? The man is a freaking genius, and I do love how he talks to normal people, even though he's an extreme genius. I just, I don't see I think people like allude to things and blow stuff up out of proportion, and he lets them run with it. You know what I mean? He just lets them run with whatever they're looking at.
Well, it pumps our bags. It pumps our bags.
Right. So looking at near, first thing on the 1 hour I'm looking at, we have lost the 200 on the 1 hour. That is not good. Let's see here. Is Bitcoin dumping or something? No, holding at 91. Let's go to the daily first. Okay. Daily looks like we're getting ready for a pullback, but a lot of coins look like that. So it's real hard until you see something that is definitive. We are over the 200. We're getting a bullish cross. The 21 is crossing the 50. Soon it'll be crossing the 200. That's, be a nice golden cross. But we are topped out on the momentum with a red dot. Money flow to the downside, VWAP to the downside. I do expect a little bit of a pullback. If we look from the top two peaks here, there is a bearish div. It is over several days, actually more like months, like a month and a half. So I don't put a lot of weight into things that are like that long. But you can see the RSI rolling over, losing the median line on the daily. Two red candles. I would expect us probably come down and touch the 200 at about 528. Just for the simple fact, we've already lost the 200 on the 1 hour. And we're not just testing it. We lost it and started to print a new candle. So we need to see this get back above the 200 for any kind of bullishness or any kind of continuation to the upside. RSI is getting oversold. We are getting real low. We're down here at 33 on the RSI. Momentum. See, even on the 1 hour, money flow is started to shoot down. Momentum shooting down. VWAP is barely clipping. So VWAP for those is your volume weighted average price. Volume weighted average price, I believe, is what it is. So it takes the price and the volume and it averages out and it turns it into an oscillator. I don't know, some proprietary crap from Market Cipher. Speaking of Market Cipher, if you guys want Market Cipher, we put a code in Discord. I don't know how long it's going to be good for. It might run through the end of the month, but CryptoFace put out a 60% off code for Market Cipher. The code is gobble gobble, no space. It's boom. On a 1 year, it takes it from 600 down to 240. And on a lifetime, it takes it from 1,500 down to 600. So you can get the lifetime membership for Market Cipher for the price of 1 year using code gobble gobble. We don't get nothing from that. I just love Market Cipher. And when I was watching CryptoFace the other day, he put that out on the stream. So
how much do you think that is, or how much is it normally?
Normally, the year subscription is 600. It says 1,000 and then slash to 600. But I've had Market Cipher for years, and it's always been 600 a year. I usually wait till I get codes, and I was thinking about getting the lifetime with this code, but my subscription don't end until April. So I can make more money between now and then with the money that I would spend, you know what I mean, today, when I still have 7 months of subscription left, you know, or whatever it is, 6 months of subscription left. So yeah. Let's go down to the lower time frames. 15-minute, yeah. We're down under the 20. We're under the 200, the 20. We're under every moving average on the 15-minute. 1 minute, we're well below it. For this to start to go back up, first thing it's going to need to do, we're going to need to come up here, cross the 200 on the 1 minute. We might be getting a little bullish div here on the 1 minute. Eventually, this RSI is going to have to break. But, you know, take that with a grain of salt. It is the 1 minute, but we got price going down, and we're flat on the RSI right here. I can't really draw that in there. There we go. And we're flat on the RSI. So it could change, but we need to reclaim the 1 minute, and then we need to work our way up to the time frames, claiming the 7 for any of this to be bullish again. I do think that near is good long term for sure, because if we go back out to the daily, once again, this has been like our lodestone or our target price for coins, and which is the March all-time high. And right now we are still 62% away from the March all-time high. So I do like near long run AI play, helps build other stuff for other blockchains and stuff like that. But that's where we're at from a trading perspective. I would not be entering a long in near right now if that is the question. Good accumulation point though. I mean, anytime we're down here, you know. And if you look, I think I drew this. I must have drew this a while ago. I mean, we got to break that trend. Oh crap! If we take that trend line and extend it out, you see we even have. This is like where the concept of spider lines come from. If we were to draw that all the way back, I bet it intersects somewhere down here on the low. Boom, right there. So like that, it's where spider lines come from. They're kind of angled support and resistant lines, kind of like a Gon fan. CryptoFace uses spider lines where like AJ uses what's called Gon fan theory. But that's it. That's what I see on near.
That's what I got. That's all I got, you know. The other article was basically about a Pokemon Go style NFT game, but that was based around Pac-Man. So it's a Pac-Man NFT, and it's like geo, like location type driven game, similar to Pokemon Go. You have to follow certain paths and get places like that. And I thought that was cool. I like that we're kind of like making the old new again. And I think that's cool.
Right.
You know, I love
taking the old and putting a Web3 spin on it.
Yeah. And I like that. I when I make it, you'll know because I'll have a Miss Pac-Man arcade game with the joystick, like the whole thing. Like that is gonna be my thing. Like people get cars and stuff. I'm gonna have one of those.
Back in my day, those only cost a quarter.
Yes,
Nowadays,
my dad. That was the thing.
Cost.
My dad would take me to meetings with him, and like he'd be in meetings and stuff. So he'd give me like $20 worth of quarters.
Yep.
And then just leave me there in front of the machine, and I would just wreck that thing, dude. Loved it.
I took the grandkids to I think it was Peter Piper or something like that, and it was like there was like $5 games, freaking $1, $2, $3. I was like, God, what is going on?
Yeah,
and it's like a 60-second game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yep. But all right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow on the next one. I was supposed to actually, this is what I'm going to do real quick. So you remember a while ago when we were trying to get, I almost don't want to say this person's name, but there was a certain person, a certain project that I reached out to. I tried to get them. Then there was like this other guy messaging us a whole bunch about when they were going to come on.
Oh.
And there was this other guy messaging us a whole bunch of getting on. So when you told me the other day that we got that message in our JPEG Empire Twitter about the show, I was like, oh, cool. Finally, they've circled back. We'll get them on. So it is those people. And
right. And I've been watching the messages in the Twitter, and it looks just like the DMs we had with the other team. And it makes, you know what? I totally forgot that you told me that was the same person. And what I've seen in our DMs is it makes freaking sense now. You know what I mean? So,
anyways, it's okay. We're going to do it tomorrow.
Maybe.
All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Maybe we'll have an exciting interview. Maybe we won't. All right. We'll see you guys. Peace.